Morty! Martin! What's up, guys? Hello, hello! Too many lights on. I don't want any of that nasty, nasty light. Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, people? Morning. Good morning. All right. So today, guys, Blender stream. Martin, you missed it, buddy. I loaded this up for you yesterday. I knew you would like it. So today we're going to finish the render of our Grogu, and then we're gonna start the 3D print putting. So all that stuff is gonna be good. Q. Do you have a question, Bordy, or are you just going Q? Because I like that too. That's pretty cool. Q. Nice. Bordy, you said some amazing kind words the other day on Twitter, man, and it really just hit me in the most positive way possible, dude. That means so much to me. So I just want you to know that. You're an awesome dude, man. Keep pushing, brother. All right. Got Stream Raiders. Who wants to play some Stream Raiders? I do. I want one. So we're gonna start up a Stream Raiders. It's early enough to start it up because it's only a level 2. I figure we could do that. You never know. So we're gonna go up top because there's a chest up here that's pretty cool. You were in a pretty not bad mood when I did that. Well, that's good. That is good. I'm glad you were not in a bad mood. But man, it really made my day. So, arigato gozaimasu. All right, let's stick my paladin right down here. Somebody defend it. Semi good mood, yeah. All right. So, Martin, buddy, I may from time to time call you out because you guys know I'm about as good as Blender as I am speaking. So, it's very possible that it's not going to go so well. That's not 100% true. I'm decent enough at Blender. It's mainly my render engine, but I'm starting to get a little bit better with the node system and stuff like that. So, I played around with some emission nodes yesterday to get a feel of how I want to do the lightsaber, but I ended up learning something very interesting. Blender is weird. And what I mean by that is every lightsaber tutorial I found on the web that gives it that glow all deals with the compositing mode, not the actual render setup. So I thought that was unique and really just thought I can composite way faster in Photoshop as I smack my computer around. So that's probably what we're going to end up getting to do today is if we don't get the right glow, I'll just like hype it up. I'm going to put some sparks and stuff in Photoshop anyway, but we just want the main feel of the piece to come out. So it'll just be good. Yes, I have seen Zbrush. It's weird too. You should get some AO in that render. It is in this render, my friend. That's the funny part. This is just Eevee, and it's a 3 light setup. And if I come on over, come on, work with me here. Oh, there it is. Blender not responding. Okay, give it a second. There is AO here. See, ambient occlusion is turned on right up here. You know. So yeah, it is here, but we haven't really done a whole lot more. I haven't messed with it specifically. Also, too, in my shading tab, I always do this. Even Rush really liked it. I always drop this ambient occlusion node along with the color. It really just kind of boosts it a little bit, but we'll end up doing some stuff. So bloom, I'm gonna be putting some bloom because the thing I want to do. So I'm gonna try it immediately with this lightsaber. Is I have an emission tab here. And this is kind of just what I thought I would do to get the glow effect, is just kind of, and I did this yesterday, I just boosted the emission tab here to give kind of a glow effect, something like that. But what I'm thinking about is incorporating another, like duplicating the blades and then really kicking up that emission to then hopefully add a kind of a bit more of a glow. That's the idea. If I can't get it the way I want, that's where Photoshop comes in. So, yeah, something like that. But you're right. Yeah, that's kind of what I realized. I did some tests this morning, and so I mean, I'm already kind of liking the glow it is, how it's showcasing, but it's not 100% the way I want it to. So, but that's okay. We'll play around with some stuff. But yeah, Martin. Yeah, buddy. Also, Martin. I was gonna message you something earlier this morning. Remind me before the stream's up because we're ending at noon. I was gonna message you something. Nothing bad. Just wanted to tell you something that was pretty cool yesterday. So, but all right, let's get into it, guys. Okay. So actually, let's play around with my idea just a little bit more. Also, too, more than likely with the HDRI, we're going to be going ahead and turning off the background. Viewport display. I want that kind of dark, actually. And then, where was it? I think it was under film. Yeah, there it is. Transparent. I'm going to want transparent turns. Yeah, I'm going to want that. That way we can bring it in Photoshop and add our own background. 21 million triangles. Is that what it says? I think I kicked it down to 10 million in total. Where do you see that? Where am I at? That's the thing. I'm still learning parts of Blender. I'm pretty open about that. Oh, it's probably down here. Triangles. Yeah. How is... Yeah, 20 million triangles, 14 million faces, 10 million vertices. There it is. Yep, that is correct, sir. Because this is the, quote, high-res version of it. But what I also wanted to do is I wanted to look up some, like, patterns for the render. You know, maybe some, like, leather texture. Attach those to his clothing just to make it a little bit more cool. I'm going for a kind of a stylized painted feel for the render. That's why we'll kick it in Photoshop afterwards. But yeah. Kind of where we're at on that. Alright. Let me try the thing I wanted to try. Which is, I think we're just going to go ahead in the scene. We're just going to add a... I think I'm just going to add a cube for this. And we'll go ahead and scale this down. Something like that. We'll bring this up. And I'm going to want this to be just the glow. So the shape I don't think is going to matter. Let's actually turn the render off for a second. We don't really need that per se. And let's squeeze that in. Not quite sure if this is going to work the way I want it to, so we'll find out. Go ahead and rotate this. Go. How's everybody else doing today? Okay, let's go ahead and scale this up. I know it's probably easier to do this in edit mode, but just stick with what I know. Okay, something like that for now. We'll try the one. If it works, then we'll duplicate it. If it doesn't work, then no big deal. You know, kind of work with what we got. Yo, Ian, looking good. Hey, thanks, Alex. How you doing, bud? We are just doing the rendering phase now. You're doing good. Found a project idea yesterday. Most of the help of this amazing community already finished the block out. Nice, dude! And that is awesome. Happy to hear that, brother. What is the project? Okay, let's do something like that. So let's just try it with this right now. Come back here. Let's go ahead and save it. Okay. Let's go ahead and save, and then we'll Control A. We'll make sure we change all the forms of that. Doing fine. I have to get my wisdom teeth pulled tomorrow and then go to work the next day. Holy hell. Dude, yeah, I've been there for sure. Good news is you won't have to talk to anybody. Look at the plus. Look at the positives. Okay, let's turn the render back on. Okay. So I'm hoping we're just going to kind of get it to a spot where we see what we're doing. All right. What I'm hoping with this. So let's go ahead and go to our material tab. Give it a new material. Let's give it the emission. I'm going to give it a red. Obviously, we want that red glow, not pink. We want red. Red on that. And then we're going to go ahead. Bloom should already be turned on, which is nice. Go back to materials. Really get this glowing hot. Now, the pass index. Does this matter? I'm not sure if the pass index matters. It did in the tutorial I saw. Viewport display. Now I'm just playing with some stuff. Need to start learning some Blender because this render looks awesome. Thanks. The render, yeah, we're definitely trying some stuff too with it. Not sure it's going to be giving me the effect I want, but we'll figure it out. Okay. But yeah, no, it's I will tell you, Blender for this stuff is really cool. Wait, why is the world... I want to set the world orientation to geometry origin. Nope. Nope. Go back. Wrong one. Set orientation origin to geometry. There it is. Yeah. Also, it's a perfect excuse to eat as much ice cream. It is, absolutely. And potatoes. I have potatoes. Not sure if you remember, but back then, the ancient Rome environment, looking back at it, made a lot of mistakes, and overall the layout and scene was boring, so I'm making another environment based on ancient Rome. That is really cool, dude. Really, really cool. Awesome, man. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be great. I need to start learning Blender to see, but still cool to explore ideas in rendering phase that you're doing. Exactly, yes. Alex, that's what I love about it, to be honest. There is a lot of freedom here, and I didn't have to pay for the program, which is even better, so. I learned to model in Maya, decided to try Blender, and it was like another world. I quickly blacked out. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, right? That's kind of how I feel a little bit with it as well. It's, yeah, Blender is always Blender's been intimidating for me. That's for sure. So go to the wireframe for a second. I grab these, and I just want to pull these up a little bit. Thing is I don't think that I think as soon as you hide. Yeah, see, so the glow that I want... Maybe what... Okay. Alright, this gave me an idea. Go ahead and get out of this. To M, let's put this... I'm going to put this in Studio because this is a light. And I'm going to call this a Saber light. And then we're going to hide this one for right now. Because, I have another idea. I have another idea. Happens. Don't judge me. It happened. It happens. Okay. Ambient occlusion is the color. Okay. It's curious now. Let's go in the shading for a second. I wonder if I can actually affect like the glow color. A better way to do this would be to add some point lights around the area that you'd want to get that to glow. I was thinking about that. That was my first go-to. On that. You know what? If you recommend that, that makes sense. Morning, this looks good. Morning, Peter. Morning, morning, morning. Blender has always been my imperfect child. Okay. Because, yeah, we could go that route for sure. That makes sense. So you mean like some point light? Yeah, some point lights. Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that. So I thought what would be cool. Ooh, hold on. Let me try one more thing real quick. We do have this kind of glowing like this. Let me go into the shading for a second. What happens? Just curious. No, I meant render. What does this do? That's kind of cool. I don't hate that. That's kind of cool. I don't know if it does much more. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really do... Okay, so it doesn't really do anything. Okay. Oh, that happens. All right. Are you going to use the emission with the ramp node, noise, and wave textures mixed together? Don't forget you can composite the glow in Blender, or Bloom rather. What up, dude? So I am using Bloom. I have the Saber and currently using Bloom. Haven't really played with the thresholds or anything. Ooh. Yeah. Most of the tutorials I saw yesterday when I was going for lightsaber glows had to deal with the compositor, and that's what Photoshop is for, in my opinion. I didn't really feel like learning something new last night, but I'm here for ideas and suggestions. You guys can always feel free to let me in. I do like the fact that it is kind of glowing hot a little bit right here. Martin was suggesting using some point lights, kind of like what I did with the spawn eyes. So I was thinking about doing that as well. But yeah. Remember, you can use the mouse to click on things. Yep, I got it. I got the mouse part. I don't use my tablet for anything but as a monitor when I'm in Blender. I don't traditional box modeling. I use a mouse for it. Speaking of which, I actually have this armrest here. Yay! Okay. But also, too, what I wanted to do is before I get too deep into that, I wanted to look up some cloth textures. See if we can find something usable to then try to do some things with the clothing a little bit, just for the render's sake. If not, no big deal. I thought it'd be kind of cool to play around with some of that stuff. Maybe like introduce some noise. Well, all this stuff is pretty cool. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Something a little bit more. Let's go sci-fi cloth textures. Let's go there. Wow, this is so good. Thanks, Dev Donut. Right now I'm looking for some cloth textures right now. A little bit of some space stuff. Here, let's actually go ahead and save this. This looks pretty cool. Let's go to desktop. Darth Grogu. We're gonna call this cloth. Or just call this textures. There we go, and we'll save that in there. That might be pretty cool. So, I know why. So yeah, you guys are gonna watch me kind of fumble around a little bit within Blender today. Okay. I think for the cloth, if I remember right, I'm I'm going to want a texture. What do we got here? It's a texture coordinator, or no, image texture. There it is. Perfect. Ahead and open this. Let's do Grogu textures. Let's give this a go. Look awesome. Thanks, Carbon. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I think I want to be able to add this. If I add this here, does that work? Might be a little... No, wait, I don't think that's how it is. I think it's going to come into the displacement at this point. I think so. Let's play around and see what we get. That's probably wrong. Let's go non-color. Oh yeah, I think that's wrong. That all looks wrong. That doesn't look good. I wanted to plug in a texture to use for just the aesthetics part. Would that be normal? Did I do that to normal map? The alpha to normal. Can't remember. Or is it all wrong? I think it's all wrong. Thought it was displacement, but maybe, or maybe I have to use like a curve mixed or something. This is where you guys can like watch me fumble and struggle, or tell me what to do. Let's see, texture, image texture. I think it was, what did I wanted to do? Do I have to mix it? Vector ambient occlusion? No. Okay, I think I just put it in the wrong place. Unless, ooh, I'm curious. Do I stick it in the middle here? Does this work at all? I don't think that works. Doing great about the start of Vampiro. Nice, and Red Sony Sculpt a little later. Nice, dude. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to see that. That's gonna be awesome. Okay. This is clearly not doing exactly what I wanted it to do, so I gotta think. I'm just gonna plug it into a bunch of spots and see what happens. I was pretty certain. Morning! Hey! Morning! Come hang out with me, Kianar, and watch me fumble in Blender since I don't know nodes very well. Thought there was a way to adjust how strong this is. So is this not the right one? Alright, well, let's look it up. Hey, KitKat. Morning, morning, morning. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Guys, we're gonna learn it together, and this is how I learn stuff. We're gonna say, bring in, no, not wrong in. Bring in texture into Blender. Look at this. How to import textures, textures image, blah, 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 blah. So we're just learning today, peeps. Yeah, I don't really, I want my ad blocker on though. To bring apartment maps. Cool. Yeah, no, it's still avoiding understanding for me. That's okay. Part of this is figuring it out, and that's what we're gonna do. Oh, okay. You can add a material to your imported object. If it doesn't already have one, click on the texture tab. Oh, okay. I'm gonna stick this kind of like right over here a little bit so you guys aren't just reading everything with me. Okay, let's go ahead and let's go back to layout then. And let's see here. Hello, what? I got rated? Miravali, you rated me, Mark? I didn't even know that. I'm so sorry. I'm in my own little world. Thank you so much. Holy moly. Thank you. I am oblivious as the day is long. Don't mind me. How are you doing, Miravali? What were you working on? How is life? Happy Thursday. You caught me really digging deep into whatever it is I'm doing here. Okay, so then type in move. Image settings. Blending. Nice. Blendo doing. Nice. I love it. Yeah, I don't know where my alerts are here. I don't know why they didn't pop up. Ian is too far into Blender. Yes, Blender is. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, sorry. Everybody, go check out Miravalli. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Go check them out. Absolutely. Well, you see that I'm fiddling around with things I don't know and understand, so that's usually about right. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Do I just open? Do I open an image? Oh, I open an image. There it goes. All right, cool. Usually my passion is ZBrush. That's usually what I do. But not today. Oh, the thing you're doing looks cool. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, the this was based off of a concept artist, Max Davenport. He works for Gearbox Games, and he was happy enough to let me work on his original concept of his idea if Grogu became a Sith. There's no spoilers here for The Mandalorian, so you don't have to worry about that. This is a pure concept. We're in the render phase. We sculpted this over the last week and a half. And now we're in the render phase where my knowledge is a little weak. So we're going to be opening that up a bit. And then we're going to be cutting for 3D prints where my knowledge is a lot better. So I do appreciate the kind word. We're just trying to figure out, do some non-color. I'm just trying to figure out how to like actually adjust some of these settings, but I'm lost as the day is long, so don't mind me. All right, so just learning to bring it all in. Okay, so you can do mapping, UV. Okay, so we can do some alpha sampling. Okay, mapping. Okay. Yeah, we want it to repeat. Just I'm not seeing it come through, so I don't know if it's the bad image texture. If this doesn't work, we're just going to bring it into Photoshop, which is probably what I want to do. We're just playing around with some stuff. What are you trying to achieve? I wanted to take this alpha that I just, or not this alpha, this texture that I just downloaded. I will pop it up right here. And I wanted to map this to the body. It's not really showing up. Now my character doesn't have UVs on it. Maybe that could be it. Although, just trying to follow this guide on how to do that. It seems very complicated. I'm not a node person, so I think I'm just gonna do it in Photoshop. We'll call it a day. Make that way it's just what it is. But that did not work. I was hoping it would be a little bit simpler than that. That's okay. This is pretty much the idea of what we're going for. So I'm going to do a render pass because we did most of this yesterday, and then we'll end up going into Photoshop here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and turn this part off. And then I kind of just without color. And I tried doing the simple shading. So I tried mapping an image texture, but it just broke it the way I understood, which is putting it through the displacement. If you have an idea, that would be super awesome. Because Martin here is way better at Blender than I will ever be. So I am all yours, buddy. You have the floor. Where's Rush when you need him? Does Rush do textures like that? I thought he just did color. Texture you have is the base color. Yeah, you need a normal map. Oh, I need a normal map. Oh, okay. Well, that's easy enough to do. We can get it. We will get it by going back into Zbrush. Takes a village. Whoops, wrong one. We are starting. There it is. We have already started. It has already begun. All right, so let's go to Darth Grogu, Blender render, open this up. I can create a normal in Photoshop? I can create a normal here too. like really fast. Since I have everything already kind of situated here, I can just go ahead and open up my Z plugin here on the side. And then I can go ahead and go to my multi-map. And then I can create maps here really, really quickly. So normal map. No, I don't want ambient occlusion. We'll keep it at 2K. I think that's it. Morning, sir. How you doing? You can import your sculpt from Zbrush and apply vertex color without having to retopo and adding maps. Right. I'm trying to add, which I've already done. I'm trying to add another texture on top of it. I'm trying to add additional texture. So I believe if I just do this, call this maps, so we don't get too confused. Go ahead and hit save. All maps created and export, 8 seconds. Well, hopefully that was easy. We'll find out. So from here, I believe it's image import, right? Nope, let's go back. Shift. Image. Why are you doing that? Just typing image. Say, click here, image, texture. Apps. Why didn't it give it to me? Ah, okay. Yeah. It did not give it to me. Why not? That's bizarre. Ooh, Stream Raiders is ready! Oh, I think it just did it for the maps, for the rocks. Let's see. Textures. Nope, go back. Folder's empty. I mean, this folder's empty. Where did it stick it? File location. What? What are you talking about? It said it exported it, but it did not export it. Normal maps? If this ends up being too much of a pain in the butt, then we're gonna just not worry about it. For file name? There we go. Subdivision should be fine. Adaptive. Okay, that should be fine. Yeah? So why didn't you do it? I'm so busy. You're so busy? Well, you know what? We don't care then. We're just gonna do it the original way. Never mind, guys. And everybody says, why does it confuse you? I don't know. All right, let's go to Stream Raiders. Let's do it. For those of you on the Twitch side of life, this is what we do. So busy today? Yeah, I feel ya. It's okay, it happens. Ooh, just murder those guys. Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! I think what we're gonna do is we pretty much have the render kind of decent the way we want it. We'll kind of just export out the render and then from there bring it into Photoshop. I think that would be the best way to do it. Look at that. We did it. We did it. We did it. Party and Kit Kats. Congratulations. We have a chest now we're going to do. And I'm going to put a Berserker right here. There we go. And back to Blender. Okay. So we'll play with a couple more like lights ideas real quick. We'll try the point lights just because it's what I know, and then we'll go from there. So first things first, we'll go ahead and we'll add in a light, point light. I'm gonna hit M and put that back in Studio. I don't know why I have the studio selected and turned off, and it always goes into the lowest collection. That always bothers me. So, not quite sure why, but that's what it does. If anybody has an idea of why that is, that would be awesome. Let me know. Ooh, actually, okay. I know we said point light, but I had another idea. We're gonna try area light. Bring this up. I'm gonna kind of rotate this around because the ambient light should go into the direction from the hilt up. Like that's how it should. That's just how it should work. So let's just scale it down a little bit. Put it kind of something like right here. That. I rotate this in a way that's like this. Kind of get this in line a little bit with Saber itself. Last collection selected becomes active. But that's the thing, like what I've done before too, Next Nox, is I've deselected this before. I've even hidden it before to where I can't see it. And I'll have the studio selected, or I'll be inside of it. And let's see here. If I just put a light in here real quick, let's just put a light. Okay, I guess that works finally. Alright, so maybe I just have to go through all that rigmarole. But I don't know. I've had that selected before and it's put it in here, but that's okay. We got it. I'll just have to do that each time. Alright, let's grab this guy and let's bring this down. About here. Okay, so we kind of have this trailing up the saber. Something like this. Go ahead and grab this arrow. Let's bring this down. That a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this a rectangle. And then we're going to do a custom size. Something like that. And something like this. Okay, let's try that. Make this red. Now let's see what 250 looks like. It's a little bright. Does that do? It's kind of cool how it lights up all of that. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, that just brightens the area. Okay, so not quite the effect I wanted. And that's okay. Yeah, that's a little too much. Alright, we tried it. We didn't like it. That's okay. Let's grab this guy one more time. Go ahead and add in that point light. Hey, alright, I just had to select it. Perfect. Thank you, Next Nox. Get rid of that. Although I find it just as effective too to just open it up and then hit M and then quickly select where it goes. I think that's pretty cool. Am I able to... It's just the point light, so... It kind of just glows the area around, doesn't it? It doesn't really... Yeah. I don't think it's going to give me the effect that I want. Oh, this render! Flow for life! Thanks, Skinner. I'm doing Eevee right now. More likely it'll be an Eevee render because we're streaming. If I do a Cycles render, even my GPU, you're all going to scream when the stream dips down a lot. I already have emissions on for the Saber. That's where we're getting that glow effect. But I'm just going to do this in Photoshop because what I want it to look like for the render, it'll just be way easier to deal with in Photoshop, in my opinion. It's just what I know. I'm still learning this stuff, obviously, and it's just not giving me the total effect that I'm used to. But I like what we got going on here. Cycles will utilize the emission of the blade. Okay, well here, let's do this then. Let's turn it to solid. Go Cycles. GPU. Do I need to turn that on? Let's see, make sure. Transparent. Okay, cool. Okay. And then let's see here. Emissions. It's checked. Okay. All right, let's try that real quick. Marmoset and Eevee, which one works great? Honestly, I played with both Marmoset and Eevee. I think Marmoset is a little bit better. Free. Yeah, Marmoset rules for sure, especially since Marmoset is really good. You're setting up. Like sales. Yeah. Oh, and I get a performance set, so it could be. Robot. No! Robot, no! Okay, there's Eevee again. But I will tell you, I don't see much of a difference between Cycles and Eevee. Not at this point. So we're just going to go ahead and render out a basic look of this, and then we're going to take it into Photoshop, and we're going to pump this thing up. We're going to find a background image that we like, and we're going to make a really final badass render, and then we're going to break this up for toys. So that's how life is going to happen. So let's go ahead and do that. And you're back. Yeah, so the audio got affected. So if I ever want to make a Dalek voice, hold on. Okay, let's see if this works. Cycles. Exterminate. Working. This still sounds like a Dalek. That'd be awesome. Don't go robot yet. Oh no, it didn't go robot yet. Well, that's weird. Right now. Oh, okay. There, you can clip that. Okay, so let's go ahead and render out in Eevee. Something that I always struggle with on renders, letting there be shadows and always want to show off all the details. Exactly, yeah. That's why I combined, that's why I do a method where I'll combine everything within, I'll combine it within, speak, damn it. I'll combine Photoshop in it, you know, it makes everything a little bit better. You have more control, in my opinion, when it comes to Photoshop, so we're also going to go a little bit high res. So we're going to take the pixels and multiply that by 2. I mean, I could set... I've done this before. I've doubled the render and the viewport to 128/32. Viewport denoising is already set. So we have something like this. I'm also going to want to change this because I want a background. So I believe I have to change this to PNG alpha. Yeah, okay. I already have the PNG with the RGBA selected. Color depth will go 8 because 16 limits Photoshop. And let's go ahead and save it. And then let's render it. But that also comes with showing concept art. Exactly. Whoa. On the resolution section, changing it to 200 will double the res as well. Handy little feature. Nice. Martin in with a clip. Oh, and I love this song. So let's hear the clip first. Then, yeah. Nice. We can definitely use that. All right. Love this song. Let's turn this up. Reminds me of Stranger Things, and I just love it. Okay, so this will be the final Grogu render. And we're gonna go ahead and save as countdown. Yeah. Okay, and the other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, turn render back on. I'm not gonna be rendering a turntable or anything. Side note, I started listening to Ready Player 2. Interesting, nice. Okay, the other thing I want to do is we're going to go ahead and hide this fill light a little bit. And we're going to hide this blue light here. And we're going to render this out as well to give us a little bit more information on the backside of the rocks. Theoretically, you could use game soundtracks for your stream. Oh, interesting. That's good to know. Opinion so far, I really enjoyed Ready Player One. I love Ready Player One. The book is probably one of my favorite books. And then the movie did it really well, in my opinion. Did I get the same? Yeah, isn't that the same thing? Why is my scene... Oh, hold on. I think I know why. Go to world. Turn off HDRI. Do that. Yeah, let's try that. Should not recognize those lights. I may have to hide those lights. Yeah, the book is fantastic. Absolutely is. I'll have to let you know. Loved one as well. I'm still in chapter 1. Nice. No, I wasn't mad at the movie at all. Actually, I really appreciated that they did something just a little bit different. Okay, there we go. There's a lot darker, richer tones with this one. And now we're going to call this number 2. That way we get just a little bit richer colors. And we're going to be bringing this into Photoshop. Okay. Turn these back on. Actually, let's turn that rim light off for a second. I'm just trying to get different samples of the render. Have something to stack a little bit within Photoshop. I mean, I only like the DeLorean. You didn't like the movie, Kinar? Yeah. I wanted to, but I had a pretty thorough review from a friend and decided I won't enjoy it. Oh! Poor Kinar, you're one of them. Okay. I'm gonna delete the rim lights, the blue lights. I delete all the lights but the blue light. It's still coming through and it shouldn't. It's okay. I thought Pacific Rim was awesome, so you can make fun of me for that. I honestly didn't see Pacific Rim. It didn't look interesting enough to check out when it was in theater, and then I just never came around to seeing it. So I can't make fun of you for that. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. What I really love the most about Ready Player One, the movie, is that there were a lot of things that was done to nod to the book, but also make it its own. And I appreciate that more than anything. Because I always hate it when they try to copy the book, but then they end up butchering it by taking out important key facts, which here they didn't do. So here they really did a good job keeping it all together. What specifically in your friend's review killed it for you? Yeah, interesting. The Shining. Oh my god, the Shining part was awesome. Pacific Rim was pretty nice. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I've only heard nothing but good things about Pacific Rim. But the thing is, my review of Ready Player One is that it is not better than the book. The book is by far, way, way, way better. Okay, we already did save, so we're gonna go ahead and kill this. We're already done with that. We're gonna open up Photoshop now, guys, and we'll get into some creating. We're gonna make this look awesome. I really like making illustration renders sometimes. I think they come out really cool. Pacific Rim was a surprise for me. I wasn't interested at first. Interesting. I could see that for sure. Nice. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take what we have rendered out, and let's slap it in there and see what we get. All right, desktop, Grogu. Let's see, for the book, it sounded really unsatisfying. Like the main character was a blonde dude who somehow just happens to be really good at everything. Nice. Aerosculpt sent you a node setup for making the center of the saber hot white and outer edge red. Oh, that's cool. On Discord. Okay, I'll check that out right now. I do want the black part of the saber to show up though, but I will check it out right now. Let's slap in some of the main stuff first. So we have, we'll call this main, and then we're gonna call this here reds, and then let's, and yeah, I can use that as a mask for sure. Yep. And then we have some shadows. Okay. Go ahead and just hide some of that real quick. Let me see what you sent me, because I am curious about it. I need to learn more about nodes. I'm still very new to that. Okay. Okay, you did the collar ramp with Fresnel emission. Okay. I'm going to save that, and I'm going to play with that a little bit later. Thank you for sending me that. It's close to what I came up with when I was playing around last night. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Okay. Yeah, as a factor, yes. Yeah, I love that node. You can use that as a mat. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. I gotta learn Houdini, which is basically 90% software made from nodes, so that's gonna be fun. Ooh, nice. Maybe I'll read it and when I finish reading Dune again. Nice. I wouldn't say Parzival is good at everything, but he's very specifically studied 80s culture and video game. Yeah, that's the thing to remember about it, is that the book was written, I think in 2007, 2008, but the writer was very much into 80s pop culture, so the book does have a little bit of repetitiveness to it in some aspects, but it doesn't take away or distract from the story, in my opinion. So, alright, let's take with this deep red here. What I'm gonna do real quick is kind of play around with a little bit of, take this overlay, get a little bit richer here. I like that pen light a lot. We're gonna drop that down, at least 50%. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna mask off this area. Now we're gonna get into some stuff that we like, and then we'll find a background that will match fairly well, like some boulders and stuff. Wait, you're already doing another render? Is this gonna be ArtStation today? It might be. Let's see how well we get it going first. I may want to clean it up if there's not enough time to finish it today. I'm reading the new book, Starless Sea, and it gave me the same eye rolls early in the book because of the references references to the games and nerd culture shit. Interesting. You're breaking the heart. Oh, that's awesome, guys. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab kind of a fun little texture brush for the light. We're going to do something simple but fun. I like to either use the fog. Yeah, let's do like a fog brush. Gives it just a nice little soft edge. I'm going to come in here with a mask on this blue channel. We're actually going to hide some of it. Bring in some of that red. Let's see here, let's go. Hide some of that. Spotlight this a little bit. Oh my gosh. And a little bit of that character color. Kind of bringing in a good chunk of that red light that we like so much. All right. Definitely bringing in more of that glow from behind. There we go. Okay. Yeah, maybe crave caramel shit for a week. Okay, so what we could do now, so we're going to go ahead and just call this the main light setup. Now what we're going to do, is that texture I downloaded? This is what I wanted to try. Let's go to maps. Not maps. Let's go to Darth Grogu, textures. I'm going to bring this in. There it is. Okay. Call this texture. This we're gonna go ahead and change it to yeah, dodge color. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this. Hide this one. Why we always have a backup. This is an easy way to do some textures, especially if you're trying to get some kind of cool effect. Go ahead and we'll hit, I believe it's, yeah. You just pick a direction that you really like. Basically, come in here like this. Kind of warp this out. This. Hit OK. Overlay looks, actually, let's try soft light. We're gonna go ahead and mask it. We're gonna take a normal brush. I'm not gonna use a fog for this one. Scale this down. And this is how you would end up texturing in Photoshop, just to get something a little bit better. This is where my magic comes in. Oh, I missed a lot. Okay, when Stream Captain Bot says, like what's happening here, I always read it like, why, what's happening here? And I get confused. Oh yeah, that's about right. So I had this one as soft light. Let's make sure we turn this one to soft light. You know, I read that way too, so don't feel so bad. Alright, go ahead and scale this down to a similar size. Kind of rotate this around a little bit. There we go. Kind of line this up just a bit. That's where it would make sense. Okay. I hit warp. We're just going to end up bending this to our will. Like that. Here we go. And this one, we're going to go ahead and cut that down a little bit. That in there. Here. Take this. Here. Yeah, that's fine. Don't give me props. You don't get to give me problems, Photoshop. There we go. There we go. We can just kind of make sure that we... Okay. There we go. So I was looking for something like that. I wanted that texture to be kind of subtle in this area like that. Thought that would be kind of cool. Now let's go ahead and save it. And we're gonna call this the final render. Canada has better beer than Australia? Wow, that sounds like fighting birds. I can't... I honestly can't say anything about it, though. Okay, we're ready? We're ready? We're ready! Let's do it! Stream Rados! Right. I'm just a little bit. Awesome, man. You could also add a levels layer to it to modify further non-destructively. Oh yeah, Alex, we're just getting started, buddy. Don't you worry. I sent you an update node setup that looks a lot better. Nice. Hello, Cassie. Hello. Yeah, music is popping today. Yeah, I actually have to learn to pause the background music when I'm doing stream render music. You get your Photoshop on. Oh, I will. Photoshop is where I'm the most comfortable. I've been doing it for 15 years. It's just what I know. You think I'll like it quite a bit? Oh, I bet I would too. We'll check it out. I'll take a look at it before we continue into Photoshop. Yes. Yes, we did it. Very, very simple. All right. Open chesty chest. Peter. Peter. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Collect me coins. Matey. Yep, I don't want to get Disney pirated. All right. Back to Photoshop. But first, Peter sent me something cool. Oh my gosh, Peter. Okay. Peter, dude! That's awesome. That is really, really awesome. I'm gonna have to play around and learn the node setup and stuff like that, and then we'll definitely get into it. I'm gonna save this. I'll credit you every time I use it. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. All right, back into what we're doing. Okay, go ahead, turn this one back on. Let's put this to soft so we can duplicate this each time we need it. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. But yeah, I was trying to map this texture to in Blender, and you know, wasn't doing it the way I wanted it to, which is okay. You know, it is what it is. We'll go ahead and we'll do that one. Go. Something like that. Simple. Little bit. Kind of lightly. This here. Such. We'll go ahead and we'll duplicate this whole thing. Control J, we'll bring this down. Now what we'll do is we'll hit warp. Oh, fine. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Let's go ahead and delete the layer mask. Now we can warp it. No Photoshop. Why are you so mean to me? Kind of line this up a little bit. There we go. Put a layer mask back on it. And let's go ahead and put that down. A normal map, like I've told you before, I did that. It didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Buddy, I'm not ignoring you. Like I've said before, for me, if it doesn't click right away, I just get confused and then I just get lost. It's not a matter of me not ever listening. It's a matter of me not understanding, and I have to understand it or it doesn't make sense to me. Not to make an excuse or anything. It's just kind of like, if I don't understand and I try it and it doesn't work the way it's being explained, then I end up just kind of freaking out internally, and then I have no idea what the hell's going on. And then I just walk away. And then I come back to it when I like have time to try to dedicate to understanding it. So it's nothing personal. I just really if I don't understand, I just freak out, and then that's it. And every time I feel like a total asshole. But it's not your fault. It's just how I learn. It actually is more frustrating to me to know that about myself than it is to... It's like, it's super frustrating for me to know that. I don't know how else to explain that. Especially since I know you're like, since I know you've told me like, no, just do this. Like, I know it, but it's not working. Which is funny too, because I know like what I'm doing right now, there are plenty of people who have like, yeah, I have no idea what you're doing, bro. I'm like, okay. Okay. Yeah, people do learn in different ways. But Martin, actually, you know what I would really love to do, and I would totally, if you're down for it, I would totally love to do like a little like hangout session over Discord, have like a beer or something, and then if you wouldn't mind helping me go through, that would be pretty cool. I could pay you with love. You have enough time, and it seems that this way it seems like this way it also looks good. All right, thanks, man. Yeah, it's just a way to bring a little bit more character to it. This comes from the whole concept, retouching background. It's subtle enough too. I mean, if you zoom all the way in, you'll be like, oh, that doesn't look right. But we can actually punch it up a little bit too. I thought this would be kind of cool just to bring a little bit of texture to it. Let's scale this down. That's roughly around the same size. Rotate this around like that. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna get rid of this one, and we'll duplicate this one, hide that one. Then we'll end up warping this, and we don't have to keep repositioning it every single. Like that, make it look like it's wrapping around his body. Hide that seam in here like this. Wait a little bit, that way we could stretch the second one. I have no idea what you're doing, and I am totally okay with that. Yeah, one software can do one thing in 50 different ways. Yeah, very true. I know, right? That's why I want to get more into Blender. I know Blender's super powerful. Software changes so much over time, too. I don't know half the features that exist in Photoshop. I still do things in a way I did 20 years ago. Which, that's what I love about Photoshop too, Nextnox, is that it allows you to do that. You know, like they don't change major components as much as they do change, or they just add in more features. Although they have updated some things, but, you know, they've updated stuff, but for the most part, they've left some of those key features alone, which is nice. Because I still do some things that have already been updated as well. Pardon me. Kind of soften this edge. That a little bit. We'll come back down here. We'll turn this on. Duplicate it. So we have it. We're kind of that pretty close. Go ahead and warp this. And I zoom in a little bit. Get that somewhat lined up. Such. That looks okay. Go ahead and add a mask. Hey, thank you so much, Omega Toku. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. All right, coming together pretty well. Ooh, perfect, right on the money. Saw a little error right here, so we're gonna go in and clean that up. That. Back and forth until we get what we. I'm gonna zoom in right here. And the buttons themselves. I have to make sure that we clean that up a little bit. Yep. There, so that little bit of texture will just add some nice, comfortable noise that's meant to be seen from afar. And we need to do one more thing real quick. Which is actually take this guy, Control T, bring this over, scale this up. We need to add it right in here on this backside. Control T, we're going to end up warping this. Really bend this over. This. Bend this in. Touch. Go. Now for this one, we're actually going to invert. Because it's just easier to paint it back. 100%. Because it's so subtle. There we go. Break is over. Back to lurking. Bye. Have fun. Okay. Now what I want to do before I start really messing with everything as a whole, I want to find an image that I think will work. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to, I have this one website that I like to go to a lot, pixels.com. It's a free stock website, and then I just want to type in desert's with one S, right? I want desert background. Because we want a little bit of appeal. What if I type in Rocky Mountain Oysters? Kind of want like a big landscape feel, boulders or such. This is kind of cool. We'll put this in a new tab. Want something dark, fit and fantasy. I don't want girls in the background. So this is a cool little place. We can actually probably kit bash something together if we end up liking multiple images. Also looking for something in that perspective of what I have rendered out, which typically if you're going to work with the background, it's nice to have that in mind. I didn't do that this time. So now we're kind of guessing, which is okay. So go ahead and we can save this free download. Go ahead and save that. Also look at recommended photos. Death Valley. That's Death Valley. That's a great idea. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Kind of like this one. We might actually kit bash a good chunk of stuff here, so go ahead and free download. Yep. Good. This is what I love about renders. Let's see, what about a cave? The concept is in a cave, right? Sort of. Kind of, yeah. Ooh, search Jedi Temple. Okay, here, let's type in cave. See what comes up. We get a generic search happening. Like that idea, by the way. Kinda did like something like that. We'll go ahead and we'll just say, do a save on it. You never know. Sometimes it doesn't look right, and then you bring it in, you start messing with it, and it kind of manifests itself. Oh, this is... Okay, we did that one already. Actually, that may be my base image that I start with. Yeah. Okay. Let's start with what we got. Yeah, let's use this one right here. That's good. Let's start with what we got so far, and let's see how it looks. The other thing I could type into is boulders. That's not a rock. That's a boulder. We used to ride these babies for miles. I don't know where beaches came in from boulders, but okay. I want a big boulder. Ooh, here we go, Stonehenge. That's what we should do. And yeah, just for the next Nox here, let's type in Jedi Temple. If I could spell temple. Did I spell it right? I guess I did. Button. Yeah, we're probably just gonna get temple. Okay. Whiskey hubs. Really awesome temples. Alright. Let's start with there and let's see what we got. So, go ahead, we're going to go to our downloads. We'll make sure we grab the images that we selected. Let's put that in our Darth Grogu section. Let's go ahead and let's see. Let's just throw them in and see what we got. So this is the first one, second one, and third one. Now, clearly, immediately it's not going to fit, but we might be able to start matching lights and see where it is. At least the light source is coming in the right direction. That's already a plus, but we're going to have to definitely play around with some ideas. So first things first, let's put this here. Let's start creating a curve. Really start trying to get something color-wise that's cool. Also mess with the red. This must be blue. Green going on. Sometimes this does not work. So we'll see what we can pull up. Okay. Let's also create a blur. So let's go to Gaussian blur. Let's actually play around with the background blur. Oh, I like a dark cave, yeah. So I found a Mobile Studio 13 i5 with an 8 gigs of local RAM. Nice. You think it would run Zbrush okay? 8 gigs is a little light. Is it upgradable? I mean, if you could get away with 16 gigs, that would be more ideal. Definitely be more ideal, but not really sure. Hey, what's going on, Sanchez? Okay. The other thing we want to do is we definitely want to add a levels adjustment. I don't know if this background is going to work. Definitely need to make Grogu himself a little brighter. Let's play around, see what we get. Flip it to Grogu himself. Turn that up a little bit. If the background doesn't work, we can just do like a generic toy render and light him up. See what that works like. Right now, not liking the direction. Let me see something. Let's hide that. See if the other ones, what the other ones do. Love it. How does this one work? Looks like he's in the shower. We might be able to work with this ground a little bit. Let me see something. Put a mask on. Let's get here. Go ahead and apply this. Darth Grogu looking nice. Be right back. Okay, back. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I talked him down to 600, so it's the cheapest I found so far. Give you another image in Discord to help you out. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Oh, okay, for nice. Thanks, Peter. We might do with Grogu real quick too. Let's go ahead and rotate this around. Take this guy right here. Let's actually warp it a bit. I'll work just a little bit with that background. Flip this here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna clone stamp background across. Oh, I mean to put that in there. Okay, Grogu, let's put the texture within Grogu. There, now he's all hidden. Okay. Quick. Go ahead and duplicate this. Go ahead and flip horizontal. Oh, I don't want to stamp that area. Not bad. Try to blend this together. Hey, what's up, Rush? What is going on? What's going on? Appreciate the link tree, thank you. Of course, buddy. I did it just for you. How are you doing, my friends? Oh, that's what's going on. Whoops. I meant to do this. Do a new layer. There we go. Kind of all over the place. Yeah, I thought the link tree would be pretty neat. Not quite sure how this is gonna work, but we'll figure it out. Sometimes things just look terrible until you get it the way you want it. Okay, I'm also gonna look up one other thing. Rock. No, yeah. Ground. Snow! Looking for something very specific. Oh yeah, and I have something interesting for your background. Might blow your mind. Okay. Okay, okay. I'm open because we're still vibing, we're still playing. If I want to see snow, I'll drive an hour to see. Here. Did you send it on disc? Oh, you sent it right there. Wait, what? Fox, you agree to terms and what is this? Brush shade. Brown left. What?
I think it's appropriate to call them human anymore. They will be something else. Something new.
Okay, here. Yeah. Click arrow in the middle. Please check the turn. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. I draw this shape. Huh. Interesting. What in the world? Draw where you want dirt and crap. Ground other. Okay. I'm just kind of now just playing around. Okay. That's really interesting. Alright, can you clear this? Okay, what happened? Not quite sure what happened. Go back. Okay, hold on. I clicked it again. You can build whole landscapes, like try the landscape tab. Oh, you can upload a landscape. You can use... Okay, hold on. Okay. Ooh, interesting. I can browse. Let's go with... I wanted this one. Okay. Okay. Now let's see here. Ground, gravel. I want some gravel. Sure. Kind of in these spots. Okay, I thought I uploaded the right image though. Why doesn't it give me the selection? Okay, that's pretty interesting, dude. Those will break it. Yeah, that's an. I'll play with that later. That's interesting. Okay, now it's giving me. Well, I just minimized it, came back, and it gave me this. Oh, okay. It takes a while to upload. It's so weird, dude. That's cool. Like in the super cool. Weird. I'm gonna have to like play with it to understand what's going on. So that thing I told you, understanding. Do that well. That's really cool though. I like it. Okay. Now, canyon. I'm gonna save this actually right here. Come back to that. That's pretty cool. Okay. I was looking. All right. I don't even know if this background is gonna work the way I want it to work exactly. Might just do a toy render. Wanted to try something kind of cool, but I don't think it's gonna come out so well. You know, like sometimes things just don't work, and that's okay. You know, you just kind of learn to go along with that. Just hide this for now. Create a solid color background. What color would be pretty good? We could do something interesting. Let's try a few things. Stream raiders are ready? Okay. Cool seconds. Go. Something like this. All right, we're gonna create like a interesting little background. Okay, let's do that for now. Let's do stream raiders. Bloop. Bloop. The next Nox, yeah, that's really cool, dude. I'm gonna have to like see how I can incorporate it. Look at that. Oh yeah. Get it, get it, get it. Look at Next Nox flying up there. Look at TWC Blank coming in with it. Well, look at that, guys. Everybody. We did it. We did it. We're freaking did it. Like we know what we're doing. Ooh, Kit Kat. That girl tab and Next Nox. Good job, you guys. There you go. And let's go ahead and now we got a mystery. Mystery. Let's do bloop, this guy right here. Awesome. All right. All right, let's play around with some other stuff. We'll figure this out. We're just gonna make sure we have a nice render. That's gonna be more important than anything else at this point. Go ahead and rotate this around a little bit. Okay. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna create like we'll create like a shadow. Is the shadow nose? Not quite sure how many of you actually get that reference. Okay. And let's see, real quick, let's create a mask. What we'll do is we're gonna go ahead and actually what we'll do, we'll go ahead and merge everything together like this. We're gonna create a mask that we can use. I think actually that's gonna work out pretty well. Something like that. Very cool. Now let's go ahead and fill this with a color. Go ahead and make this. There we go. Now we have a mask we can select. Mask. Oh, wait, what happened? No, what happened? No! Where'd my Grogu go? I wanted to... There we go. Wrong one. Don't do what I did, kids. Yep, that works. Okay. What are you doing? There we go. Select it. Thank you. Thank you. Don't be weird. Alright. We're going to use that to create a mask real fast. So we can always have a quick selection. Perfect. And picturing the background being Happy New Year's 2020. Oh, that is excellent. I love it. So now anytime I need a mask, I can just come down here and grab that, which in this case I'm going to. And then we're going to come back to my shadow. Right in here. I'm going to hide this layer. I'm going to hide Grogu just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this around. I'm going to create a black color. And let's actually turn up our smoothing by 50%. It's kind of like a lazy mouse. You can get a nice clean line just like that. Go ahead and deselect. Turn Grogu back on. Turn our background on. So we'll call this BG right here. Go. Now with our shadow, we can actually just bring that down a little bit. Like that. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to blur that. So blur, Gaussian blur. So this will help give it as if it's sitting on the object itself. Something like that. Go. Take the eraser tool and kind of clean up some of the spots we don't need. Touch. Go. We can do that. Now what we can do is control mask this again. Actually, we don't need to control mask that. A lot to you guys. We're going to duplicate the mask. Bring this up in the shadow. We're going to turn it on. You're going to go ahead and flip this horizontal. Rotate this like such. You're going to do that. And let's go ahead and Gaussian blur that. Let's go, actually. We want a softer shadow. We're going to do something kind of like 10. I'm going to do like a soft light. You're going to end up crushing this. Kind of looks like it's there just a bit because we have that backlight. It's over. I'm going to scale this one down. Something like maybe 25%. Something like that. Just nice and soft. Then we're going to actually duplicate that. We're going to blur this one even more, because that's how shadows fall. Gaussian blur. Pick this one up even more. Let's try 30%. That's just a little darker. That one underneath. See if there's another blend mode that works better. Yeah, overlay works out pretty well. Then we'll add a mask. I'm gonna do a light. 0. Let's go 20%. Get a little bit of fall off. Does anybody have any experience using a Bluetooth mouse for the PC? I mean, I have a mouse that has Bluetooth connectivity, but I don't use the Bluetooth aspect. I just use the 2.4 dongle attachment, so not really, but my experience has led me to believe I don't like it. Not to make that even more complicated. New features, blah, 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 blah. What is this? What is this? Oh. What? That became that? That's cool. That's really cool, man. Gonna have to play with that. Cool. Wireless mice are really unreliable. Yeah, they really are. Anyway, so now we have this kind of shadow effect that's going to happen here. I mean, this is already looking like it's pretty cool. Little toy render. Let's do some other stuff. We need to like kind of like pump up his effect a little bit. He's a little flat, even to me. Let's do... Trying to think of what I want to do with him to make him look really cool. People use it to get rough backgrounds for paint overs, blur out background images. Yeah, that's pretty neat, man. I mean, that's really freaking cool. Like, I'm super impressed with it. Like, seriously, hands down. Oh yeah, no, Peter, we're gonna punch all that stuff up. I'm thinking more background in terms right now. I think we're just gonna do like kind of like my typical foggy background. So let's do that. I kind of like that vibe. It's always my go-to. Just, I don't know, it does something. It does something. Makes me feel things. Because again, for me too, the problem with backgrounds is you never want it to distract from the sculpt itself. I've grounded it with shadow work, but yeah, we'll go ahead and make this look cool. We'll make it look cool, guys. All right, let's start with a little bit of red in the clouds. Actually, no. Let's start with some kind of off-tonish gray. And then we'll go from there. So flow, we'll go 50%, 30% opacity. Kind of do a little bit of background. And we're even going to kind of make sure that we drop this down just a little bit to what's the soft light. Build up the effects just a little bit at a time. Go. Like that. Go ahead, we'll build on top of that now. We'll take some of the color that is in there, some of that hot red, like that. Go soft light as well. Maybe overlay, actually. Put some of that red here. Now that's obviously way too powerful. I'm actually gonna tone that down a lot. We just want enough. Let's do 25%. Yeah. And that kind of brings it a little bit there. Now we're gonna take the foreground. And we're gonna do something very similar. That is really good, yeah. I use them. The only pain is having to charge it, and afterwards, and after each use, sometimes the charge isn't that great for long hours. Nice. Yeah, Peter, that normally helps a lot. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I like to do all my levels and major curve adjustments after the scene is set. It just kind of, I feel like it really boosts everything. People will use it to get a rough, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay. Now we're gonna do the same with the foreground, but we're gonna go really light on the cloud aspects. And instead of doing a lot of red in the front, we'll end up doing some blue. So we'll sample some blue right here. kind of complement that a little bit. Cool. But we're gonna tone it down like lots. Okay. Now for the lightsaber itself, so let's call this here clouds. Okay. For the, we'll call this the lightsaber. I can't spell today, but you aren't watching me do that. Lightsaber. Perfect. Okay. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take our pen tool. And we're going to go ahead and make selection. Yeah, that's going to be good. Now let's go ahead and take brush. Sample kind of rich red. Invert that mask. Can't invert it because the selected area is empty. I mean, you can't invert it. That's so stupid. Why you bully me, Photoshop? Go. Okay, go ahead and fill that. Our red that we want. Now we have that. We go ahead, blur. See if this works out the way I want it to. Go back to our background. We're gonna add another fill color, solid color. I'm gonna do kind of a dark. That. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and merge those two together. Yeah. What are you doing to me, Photoshop? Why did it automatically lock up? Okay. What is happening? Oh my stars. Okay. Yeah, save that. Okay. That was weird. I don't know. It locked up on me. Restart. Been recent. Okay, great, wonderful. And we're back. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and take that lightsaber effect. And we're gonna go ahead and rotate that around a little bit. Really pump that up. Yeah, this one in particular. Okay. Place it with some level adjustments. Now the other thing I want to do, let's save that real quick. Out of reference. Have you guys seen the Fat Man trailer? I have not, no. Not sure if I should go for a destroyed environment, which would be really off for my reference. On the other side of it, probably be more valuable for my portfolio. Ooh. Yeah. I would definitely say, like, out of all the things that you've done, what would be like a big, like, what would be a piece that you would definitely want to do? And if it's destructive, then I should definitely do it. It looks so funny. Mel Gibson as Santa. Really? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. With the levels, it's going to look pretty sick. Yep. I was going to... Oh, here's the other thing I wanted to do. Let's come back over here. Let's go to Google. And let's type in melted or liquid hot magma. I can't say that sentence without thinking of Dr. Evil. But okay, so maybe hot lava. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I want. That's what I want. Tell me what you want. What you really, really want. I'm gonna tell you what I want. What I really, really want. Oh. Destroyed it is. Heck yeah, dude. Do it. Destroy that. Okay. And then underneath the liquid hot magma, we're gonna call this melted rocks. Bloop. And then we're gonna go to our reference where we downloaded it. And where's it? Map Starth Grogu. Blender. Where did I put it? Oh, I put it under maps. I didn't mean to do that. Alright. Gonna go ahead and we're going to end up placing this at about here. Okay. And then gonna put a mask on it. We're gonna invert that mask. Gonna take a normal paintbrush, something just a little standard. We're gonna end up painting this in a little bit. Let's actually soften that brush. Right where that's touching. See if we can use a blend, something like lighten. Yeah, we want to use something like lightened or maybe multiply. Here we go. Yeah, something like that. I'll paint that in. Good. We're also going to go ahead. Now we can't clearly warp this, so we're going to duplicate this. Going to hide the first one. Come in, we're going to rasterize that image, apply that layer mask, and then we can go ahead and warp this to where we want it. So it fits the scene a lot better. Okay, gonna go ahead and duplicate it. We're gonna rotate that horizontally, send that over. Want some of that kind of poking underneath. That. Take our brush. Hide a good chunk of this. Ooh, that's for the lightsaber. Never mind. Yeah. So we're gonna kind of blend that in a little bit. We're also gonna create like some drips as well coming down. Just kind of want the base glow. We're gonna want that pretty hot. Yeah, I want that just a little bit underneath, which is where we have it. Something like that. I don't want it too distracting, but we'll create some, also get some, let's see, find any kind of drippy effects. Right here. That's a stock image. They're all stock images. Okay. Volcano. Maybe we should just type that in. You want to make sure you find something. Let's go to Pixel. I know there'll be something there. This is a pretty good source. And gonna find anything with volcano. Okay, how about lava? There we go. Okay. I like pulling from here anyway. This makes more sense for me. Let's go with... Ooh, this is nice. Go ahead and save image. Darth Grogu. Put it in maps, that's fine. Grab this one as well. Save image. Perfect. Now we got some lava sources. Nice, man. It's coming out great. Thanks, Justin. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're just slowly piecing this together, trying to come up with a really cool artistic render to show off the piece. So, I appreciate it. And here, let's throw, not that one. Do that. Let's kind of rotate that around just a bit. Something right about there. Color dodge is perfect. So we see now we get a little bit of that drip action happening right there. Let's go ahead and get a mask. Let's take off what we don't want. Let's put back what we do. This. Right. Make sure all of that's cleaned up. Go ahead and rasterize that image. Apply the layer mask. Okay. And erase everything that we don't want. Stuff all the way over here. Why is there stuff over there? There we go. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and duplicate this one. And bring this over. Go ahead and warp it. Basically helping create some hot spots. Almost. So, something like that. Kind of elongate that a little bit. Then let's turn around and warp it. That kind of goes with the flow. The rock. That now let's actually go to liquefy. We're gonna go ahead and grab our move brush. Kind of bend that just a little bit. Something like that. Go. Now let's go Control T and then let's warp it. A little bit more. See how that looks. There we go. Okay. Now we have color dodge turned on, but let's see if there's anything else. Hard mix is not that good. Pen light's pretty cool. I think color dodge is for the win, yeah. Do that real quick. Take a mask brush and let's just kind of clean it up a little bit. You can tell I'm used to Zbrush more still. I keep hitting spacebar to change my brush size. To just alt-right clicking. Been a while. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I don't know if I like that bottom one. Actually, I don't know if I even like those two. Let's hide them for now. Or we can just delete them, that's fine. Yeah, let's actually take this one. Perfect. Go ahead and we're just trying to get some hot spots in here. So we're going to utilize itself to come in with the paintbrush. And then we're going to just kind of lightly bring in some of the hot spots within itself. That way it has just a little bit of a variation and it's not so static. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This is turning out to be a little bit better of a render just with a simple background. Good morning! When you post your work, where do you post first? Or do you post all socials at the same time? That depends, Make Believe. So, if I post work in progresses, I bounce between Instagram and Twitter, sometimes the same time. If it's a portfolio piece, I will always post to my portfolio on ArtStation first, and then I will turn around and leak it out to the Instagram and Twitter when I'm ready. Usually portfolio pieces, I also won't post all at the same time. I'll post on ArtStation, let it sit for like a day, then I'll post to Instagram and link it to Twitter. I do have a Facebook, but it's just like a business Facebook account. I don't have a personal Facebook account, so I connect that with my Instagram. Since that doesn't get a lot of traffic, that just kind of goes at the same time. But that's usually what I will do. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Looking pretty good. Definitely making everything pop. So we're gonna go ahead and do our Stream Raider battle, and then we'll come back and really just finalize this up. We're almost done for the day, but I definitely like taking my times in Photoshop, making this look nice. So tomorrow what we'll do for it, we will be prepping this for 3D print tomorrow during that stream, so I'm excited. Render first though, gotta make it look sick. Ooh, I just popped my back. Ooh, that felt so good. Alright, alright, alright. Get it, get it, get it. Nice. Murder. Oh, guys, I forgot to tell you. I'll tell you after this. It's funny. It's like funny, ironic funny when it came to the internet. Yes, we freaking did it. Woo! Good job, guys. For those of you chilling in YouTube, we do play Stream Raiders on Twitch, but I would like to find a game that is cross-platform. I think that would be pretty cool. All right, Salinas, there you go. Good job. Oh, 2 level 4s, and it doesn't matter which order we go. So let's go down, because I want that blue chest. Or is that a gold chest? Yeah, let's go. Ooh. Let's go up. Change my mind. I want to go right here. Let's go up. Alright. Put my tank reindeer down. Alright. Here we go, here we go, here we go! I also need to do some color correcting, which would be nice. Alright. So now that we have the melted rocks, mostly melty, we're gonna do some just slight little sparks, and we're gonna just paint those in. We don't need to like kit bash that. Although we could if we had some decent sparks. But what we'll do, we'll actually, I have a particle brush. Should pretty much do the trick. Find it real quick. Let's see, ground, where are you? Oh, I know you're here somewhere. Foliage. There we go. Debris. And particles. Let's do debris. Go ahead and click this. We're gonna want something a little bit bigger. A bit more sparky. We'll add just a couple. Like that. What we'll do is we'll add a little bit of a glow to them. We'll go overlay. I'll just kind of build that up as if it's cutting through. Which I feel like will really bring the dynamic of the piece in. It'll be nice and subtle. Just like that. I don't know if it's you guys can see that, but I'll definitely kind of add that little bit of love to it. We're also going to do sparks. Thank you so much for the follow. There we go. Just all about layering and making sure that looks really cool. There we go. We're gonna add another one. Then we're gonna do some big sparks. Let's really just grab this. Come on up. Do a couple of these like this. Go spark overlay. Kind of take that down a little bit. Then we'll do is we'll go blur, motion blur. Pick that up at an angle. Give it a little bit of blur. Something like, yeah, 20's good. Do the same thing on this one. Filter, blur, motion blur, but we don't want it as intense. We want just a little bit of motion. So instead of 20, we'll do 5. That gives us just a little bit of variation, but kind of like it's sparked up a bit. And then of course too, call this sparks. We'll just take our standard soft brush and we'll make sure that we take out the ones we don't want necessarily. It'd be something like that. There you go. Now the other thing I learned, which is really cool, this was a lot of fun. All right, this is actually how you can create, like blood particles. If you're trying to do any type of blood effects in Photoshop, you can actually do the exact same thing with anything that you want dug in. So it's with the brush and a multiplier effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually create some of these trails that I was telling you I wanted. Something like that. We'll do these two, like kind of like some goopy ones right there. gonna take the brush. Now I'm gonna kick it to multiply. Turn this down. Zoom in. Come on. Zoom in so we can see what's going on. I'm gonna take kind of a deep red. So as I paint with the multiply, it's gonna get deeper and deeper. And it'll kind of jump up on itself a little bit. Now let's see if we can get this to work the way I want it to. Woo, blood. Yeah, right? This rock's a bleeding. All right. So obviously we don't want a blood effect, but what we will be doing is now we'll come back, we'll go up to normal. I'm gonna sample this color right here. Kind of hit control on that. You can hide that. Let's go 2 with fill, and let's do lighten. Let's see if we can get some replication of this a little bit. If this doesn't work out so well, no big deal. Back that up just a bit. Go. Hide that for a second. I like to get some base colors down. See if we can get this to match. Looks pretty cool. Looks like it lives in reality, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the hope. Kind of get that blended in a little bit. So we're going with some base colors to get a little bit of there. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna group this. I ain't done yet. So this image that we really like, I'm gonna grab it. Put it in here. Something like that. We're actually gonna go ahead and clip it to that selection. Get something like this happening. And scale that down a little bit. Like such. Okay. Now let's go ahead and kind of mask off the areas that we don't need. Okay. Is that gonna let me do it? Come on, buddy. What are you doing? Okay, maybe we need to put it underneath. Put it down here. Oh, you know what? Come here. Merge these two together. Let's clip this one. Bring that out for a second. Normal. There we go. Gotta change the blend mode, dude. Alright. There we go. Do you sell these projects? Sometimes I do. It depends. This project in particular is not my own concept, so I don't sell this one. Did you ever think you would be this good at ZBrush whenever you started? No. To be honest, no. I did not see that coming. Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, I did not at all for the life of me think that I would be anywhere near the level that I've grown. And it's gonna sound really bizarre, and there's really no other way to explain it. But I kind of have to thank 2020 and my job loss, because it's given me enough time to focus on the things that are really important. And my career and what I want to do. So in a sense, I've tried to take a bad situation and make it a good one. So yeah, no, but when I first started, honestly, I just wanted to kind of do something cool and give it a shot, and yeah, ended up working out fairly well. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get some shadows, and then we're gonna go filter and Gaussian blur. But to go back to your question, do I sell these projects? I don't sell a lot of my projects, but I do take commissions, as I am a freelance toy maker. So if somebody has ideas of what they would like to see turned into a sculpt, usually you can always just DM me, and then based on availability, I'd always get back to. Let's go overlay. Let's actually tone down that shadow a lot. We do want that kind of drip effect. It's just going to be so slight. And then we're going to take this. Let's see, can we merge that? Yes. Ooh, Photoshop, I love you. Went ahead and merge this together. Now we're going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And we're going to give it just a slight light blur. Actually, on this one in particular, let's duplicate it. Do the blur. Say, yeah, something like that. Turn that blur into a little bit of a hotter source. Tone that down just a bit. Say something like that. Create a mask, invert that mask, and then we're going to come through and paint back some of that. But you know, I will definitely say the thing to remember when you want to get into something like ZBrush is just find artists that inspire you, and then try to do something along those lines that you really end up liking a lot, you know? And then just try to find that inspiration, and collaborate too is super important. There we go. Something like that. Let's see if we can make it work. It's still not 100% the way I like it. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this image, bring a new one back in. Accept that, but we're going to drop this underneath. We're going to rotate this around. Give some background flow effect. If it's kind of digging in a little bit. Play with something like this. Now it's just all about ideas. Let's actually stick this on top. Not in the sparks. Let's put it right. Where are we? Put this up here. Kind of lost myself for a second. Okay. We're actually going to bring this above the melted rocks, like all the way up top. Let's go with, there we go, dark. kind of ground that in just a little bit. Gonna put a mask on it. Come in here. Now we're gonna paint in some of the darker tones. Just bringing in some of that texture and seeing how that works. And not all of the ideas will work, but I think this one's coming out okay. Probably end up toning that down just a little bit. But we want some of that solidification right there a little bit. We gotta ask, does that actually bring anything to the piece? Might be a little just too big. I think that's really it. I think what we could do is we can break that down. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, I think just shrinking it down actually makes it look better. There we go. Go. Just kind of blend this in until you like it. Yep. Yeah, I think that's cooler. That little bit, it's a little bit of drip. Doesn't have to be too big. It was too big before, so kind of toned it down a little bit. All right. Now what we can do is we can turn around and go with the overall correcting at this point. So now we're going to go ahead, add a new levels layer. Now we'll call this CC. CC. And actually, before we do the levels layer, we're going to basically merge visible everything. So that's Alt-Control-Shift-E or Commands Alt-Shift-E for Mac. And the reason why we're going to do that, get rid of that levels layer, so now we have just this one image. What we're going to do for this, so we're actually going to hit Control-Shift-A, which will put us into Camera Raw. And then we'll make some really fun adjustments within here. So the first thing I like to do is bump up the contrast almost immediately, especially with a dark piece like this. And let's zoom in a bit. Okay. Now we want to make sure that our whites and our blacks are not clipped or crushed. So for our whites, I'm going to go ahead and tone that down. So you see a hot spot right here. That's actually okay if you want to clip something like a saber to be super hot like that, because it would be in reality. We can clip the blade a little bit, but we don't want much more clips. And the blacks, we want to crush ever so slightly on that edge, because we don't want to lose any of that information. Should his one eye be green? Ooh. No, we can actually adjust that. Nice, good call, I like that. Although that is kind of cool, but yeah, we'll definitely correct that. And then, I'm gonna bring up the clarity a lot, because we want it to be really sharp. And then let's go ahead on the blacks, we did that. Hazing. We don't want to do any of that. Vibrance, we're going to bring the vibrance up. The saturation, we're going to tone that saturation down. Yeah, we're going to have to correct that eye color. Detail, bring the sharpening up a little bit. We'll also bring the noise reduction up. There we go. Hit OK. And now we have this. So before we had this, now we have this. I missed how you missed how the lava was made. Oh, it's a lot of photos just kit bashed in there. But this is on VOD, so you can always go back and check that out for sure. All right, let's go ahead and let's look at. Okay, for the original image, what we want to do, so let's go back. So to correct this eye color, all we really need to do is come back to the original, so we don't need this background anymore. Let's come back to the original Grogu, which I have him here. Where are you, buddy? Group. Okay, for the original one, we're going to go ahead and duplicate that. We're going to bring that all the way up on the top. So his eye's a little green there. And what we'll do is we'll actually adjust that. Let's go to curves. Go ahead and we don't need to clip it. Tone that up a little bit. Then we'll get that green. Tone that green down. Say okay for that. We'll merge visible this. Put a mask on. Invert the mask. Paint that eye back. Like that. And now we can finish adjusting that eye. Go to curves, flip it. You starting something new today, or are you almost done with Yoda? I'm almost done with Yoda. I won't be starting something new today. Tomorrow we'll be finishing 3D print and prep for 3D print, so I'll be starting something new next week starting Tuesday. Go ahead and up that color here. Get the red going a little bit. That blue. On that blue down, get that relatively matching. Evil baby Groot. Oh, I do like where your head is at, man. Alright. We'll tone in some of that back. Then, the other thing we'll do is we'll add one more curves. We'll clip that curve. We'll up the brightness. Like that. There we go. And we'll call this eye correction. There we go. So, what we started with is the stream is almost over. We got about 30 more minutes, so we're going to go in and kind of tune some stuff up just a bit. But, went ahead and we took it. Where are we? That's shadows. We didn't need to do the shadow part. Basically brought in something that was just like this. Then we ended up getting it looking like this. Which is always awesome for a final render. Especially since this will be a print, and I do want to show off the print aspect. But now what we need to do is actually go in and add in some hand-painted dodge and burn, and then we'll be done. We do want the focus. We do want the focus to be to his face. I do see his feet pretty clearly, so we can make more adjustments to that. So the first thing we'll do is actually go with curves. Go above the eye correction for a second. Go to curves. Bring this down. Invert that. Then we're going to go ahead and do like a nice little... Add some shadow down here by his foot so it's not so distracting. There we go. Go ahead and verge visible again, but this time what we're going to do, we're going to add a... Not going to do that. We're actually going to do... I lied to you guys. Do an open layer. Then we're just going to go ahead and do... Is it 50% gray? Let's see if I hit Control D. There we go. Do 50% gray. Kick this to overlay. And for dodging and burning, if you take white paint and dark paint, that will actually help you kind of highlight some spots and do some other stuff. Not bad for a first attempt at ZBrush. Imagine if this was your first ever ZBrush creation. Oh my god, if this was my first ever ZBrush creation, I'd be like, what the hell? I'm so amazing. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I've been sculpting for 4 years. And I have 2D background, but I'll tell you, it didn't really help me that much. I felt like I had to relearn all of it. Just studying anatomy, character design, trying to get all that stuff situated, and really just, you know, pushing where I feel like I needed to learn and understanding my weaknesses definitely helped me get to this level. That and allowing feedback and critiques. I did join a online workshop, which is amazing. You can check it out down below. Not a plug, but 3D Character Workshop by Shane Olson. Really great if you're looking to get into ZBrush and you want a class to go to. And being able to kind of bring that stuff and just become a sponge really just opens doors. But yeah. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to dodge and burn it. So if we take our paintbrush, now with the light brush, I come in with a white and I come in and I paint. It's gonna highlight, and if I flip and I do dark, it's gonna shadow it. Okay, so these are the things we want to remember, but that's obviously too bright, so we're gonna set our brush to 10% with a flow of 10%. And we're just gonna come through and highlight lightly all the stuff that we feel needs to pop. Eyes included, always pop the eyes. Basically, anytime there's a high spot, we're gonna go ahead and dodge that up a little bit. Doesn't have to be a whole lot. You can see here the effects are minimal. It's just gonna help sell it just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm about to enroll in his workshop. He's a really good teacher from the public stuff. Yes, absolutely. No, highly recommend it. And two, I am starting to do some YouTube videos myself on like things about ZBrush to help teach ZBrush. So if you want to learn more about like little gems and nuggets of ZBrush, or if you have any questions about it, you can always ask live and I'll try to answer them as best I can. But yeah, Shane's an amazing teacher, so highly recommended. There we go. Just kind of check the highlight spots. Kind of where I want all that to pop a bit. So like I said, this is a very minimal effect. But here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come in with the shadow a lot. I'm going to really deepen this blade up. Because this is a dark saber, it's not a typical lightsaber. So, I'm going to darken that up, which will give that blade effect. Go. Yeah. And then we're going to come in with switch color, come in and really brighten up the blade itself. And even some of the lava. Grogu got the glowing. Yeah. I want to highlight some of that stuff on his armor. Again, all of this is just to make it pop just a little bit more. Giving highlights where they are deserving and shadows where they need to be. This is a really good way. Essentially, this is dealing with levels. I'm having one of those days, it's really hard to get started. Oh, brother, I feel you, man. I would say what helps me. You want a sharper saber? Hell yeah. Thank you, Garden. What I would say, inspire is pick one of your work in progresses that's almost done, and finish that. Like, pick the easiest thing to work with, and then get that. I would say once you finish that, it ends up being a little bit easier, I think. Well, the battle's ready. Okay, we're gonna do it, and then we'll finish this piece up. All right, let's go ahead and save while we got it. Do you know these insane focus days where you can't get distracted? Where you can't get distracted from doing 3D art? I love these days. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. But that's what I recommend Inspire. Definitely just like find something that's like you want to do, and then boom. I've been trying to find a pose from Tails for like an hour. Yeah, I would set that down, and then I would set that down and kind of like move on to another one and just see what that's like. Sometimes the creativity blocks are real. It happens to the best of us. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah. Do it. Two more enemies. Get it, Carde. Get it. Yeah. We did it. All right, all right. And Salinas and Carde. Well deserved. There you go, guys. All right, level 4. Let's do it. This will be the last one for the day, guys. I always, Thursdays are my short days. So hopefully you've been enjoying. Let's do it. Go, there we go. You know what's funny is I look at this piece and I'm like, this is way better than I thought it was gonna be. This render. I was trying something super crazy and it wasn't working. Simple sometimes is the best approach. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So, alright, so we're dodging and burning right now, which is just a basic technique that allows you to highlight and really make things pop just a little bit. And then tomorrow, we set up for 3D print, which, mind you, will probably take the full 6 hours, because this is a crazy sculpt. Oh, look at this too. We got a little bit of an issue happening here. So what we can do is we can actually, right underneath this layer, we can create a new layer. We have this line that's distracting. Take our paintbrush. Let's sample, kind of like that purple color right there. Something like that. Okay. Let's kind of paint that line out the way. That was super distracting. Gonna kind of just paint that back. Get in there. Happens sometimes. You just end up missing something. Go tone down the areas. Just kind of a minimal correction. That's really impressive what you can do with the 2D software. Good job. Dude, thanks, man. Thanks, Inspire. Appreciate you guys. You guys are too kind. Sometimes, you know, I love learning. Everybody here, I'm pretty sure everybody here pretty much knows that. But when I struggle, I just go back to my roots and figure out what I know. And it seems to work out okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna clone stamp a certain spot. right about here. Kind of fix some of these areas that I feel are just a little too obvious. And grab here like this. There. And there we go. I just spent so many years photo retouching, so stick with what you know. Go. How does that look? A little distracting. I'm in a weird spot with my ZBrush. I can do body anatomy fine, but eyes and mouth, I utterly fail. I would say check out Proco, or just go to YouTube and type in eye anatomy and take a look at how the real anatomy is. Really just like, that's what I've done. I've studied medical books just a little bit. But then also too, yeah, just keep practicing it. Eyes took me a while too. The face itself is very complicated. Anytime I do a character or I explain how to create characters to somebody, I tell them that each character, a full body, is equivalent to 5 characters in one, because the hands are super complicated, the face is complicated, the feet are complicated, and usually in a good pose, you'll have 2 different poses for the hands and for the feet. So, you know, you got the full character, which is 1, the head 2, hands 3, feet 4, and then the pose is 5. So that's how I break down, and it can be very complicated. So I would say take small little lessons or small little approaches, and like block out a head, block out an eye, just take a sphere and try to manipulate it, and I find that can be very helpful. But I'll tell you, yeah, it's really easy to get into that spot where you know, you just kind of get stuck. Anatomy's hard, so I just keep pushing it, but you'll get it for sure. Okay. Creating a little bit of shadow where there isn't. So I know we have some natural shadow work, but with the render, but some of it is just not sticking out the way I want it to. So we can add in our own little shadow in certain spots where we just want to exaggerate it a bit more. Like right here, actually create this shadow. This didn't come in. As long as the shadow makes sense. Just kind of makes it pop from reality just a little bit. But yeah, just keep pushing. Those weird spots, I find those weird spots and moments tend to lead to the most growth, because they're usually the hardest, but you're more open in the learning phase. So definitely just keep pushing. But I'll tell you right now, like with Photoshop, I've spent years in here before I even started sculpting. And then I saw guys incorporate, like, saw guys like Mike Pavlovich basically incorporate ZBrush and stuff and Rafa Grassetti, and I'm like, holy crap, you can do that? So, where we get this? Ooh, let's go ahead and create a little burn. Ooh, no, that's not good. Okay. Yeah, that's almost done. Digging it. Okay, let's go into the cracks real quick. And we're going to exaggerate the depth of these by crushing these blacks a little bit. There we go. And here's the thing I want to do as well. We need to create a little bit more red down here where that saber would be. That red's a little wonky. So we'll make sure to do that. Go ahead and create like a highlight spot right here. Okay, there we go. But this part right here, this part's a little disconnected from reality, and that's because there's no red effect here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a new layer, and we're going to go ahead and just quickly mask out something like this. So give us this shape here. And go ahead and pick a bright red. Get this like that. Go ahead and turn this to a soft light. Blur, Gaussian blur. Actually, let's turn it to a lighten. There we go. Something like this a little bit. Get some of that fall off right there. Like such. Then we're going to go ahead and mask that. Invert. Then all we're going to do is we're going to come down here. Going to add a little bit of that red right there on the ground. Right there. Going to tone that down just a bit. Such. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. Really pop that up like that. And then we're going to really filter that blur. Gaussian blur. Blur it more. Okay. Maybe blur one more time. Yeah, just ever so faint. So now that little bit of red is down there. Let's tone it down just a bit. So that you can see immediately how that kind of grounds that. It's a little bit back into reality. Because anytime light source gets close to an object, it'll clearly reflect that. You can even play around with like... Oh, here we go, vivid light, that's better. So we have a light source and then that comes down right there. Go, just like that. And then we can even come in here, take that same red, turn it to vivid light, kind of paint up some of the other spots where there would be a little bit more light. Something like that. Blur that. Tone that down just a little bit. Like that. So just that little bit of glow against this jacket makes the most sense. Heck yeah, this looks awesome. Thanks, dude. So there we go. Yeah, that's about right. Now we're going to go ahead and just take a look at the whole piece in general. So again, you know, we had our base build. Then we color corrected it to get what we wanted. Then we added in some effects. And you can see here, if you really pay attention to the jacket area, this is with our effects added. So you have here our base stuff. And then once you add those effects, kind of helps clean everything up. Really making it really good. Boy needs you to know your favorite color for class. It is green. Yep, absolutely. All right, let's go back in real quick to the dodge and burn, because I want to add in some quick areas with his head. All right, let's go ahead and go. Let's go flow 2. There we go. We zoom in here real quick. We're gonna just highlight this little area. There we go. We want that part to stand out. And you know, we're gonna do a little cool fun effect. Not really in the render, but check this out. We're gonna create a new layer. Call this light. I can never remember. Plus you flip flop. Yeah, it's well, yeah, it's like kind of green. Green's my main color. Then I really like a deep rich blue. Look, man, I like black, which is all the colors. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, right. Go ahead and pick a nice vibrant red. And we're gonna go ahead and do something like this. Color dodge. Duplicate that. As if those, there's a little bit of glowing right there. Something like that. As if that part is lit up. Oh, yeah, that looks so cool. It's so subtle. It's literally subtle enough. But now we're gonna go ahead and call this the final build. Let's make sure we save it, which is really important. Okay, take our normal brush and let's get our clouds back. The clouds. Go ahead, take kind of a darker color. Go. Put a light. This puts this in the forefront. I'm looking for a decent blend. Divide looks pretty cool. Yeah, divide's neat. Kind of just lightens that area up just a little bit. And then we can go ahead and take some of this red. Some of that red in there. Overlay. There we go. Something like that. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah! Just a little bit more warmth down here at the bottom. You can even duplicate that just a little bit. Bring that up here. Drop that down. That way it just helps. It still gives it a little bit more tone and glow to the piece. Yeah. Now what we could do, I used to do this a lot with retouching. And it doesn't always work. So we're gonna save just in case. But we're gonna go to gradient. And we want to keep these colors in mind of what we're looking at. So we're gonna go to gradient. We're gonna go ahead and open up. We're gonna look for some contrast colors. Let's scale this up a little bit. Usually purples and blues. Something like this. Actually, let's try to go more reds. No, let's go orange maybe. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Let's go. Okay. Pick it at an angle. And then what we could do is we can come in and kind of add in an overall kind of a very interesting filter here. Might hurt your eyes always. Go screen. I'm gonna tone that way down, almost like 5%. I take a look at it. Okay, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna come all the way down to our bottom side. Click the mask. Oops. Here, hold on one second. Let's actually stick this above. Oh, I didn't mean it. Go here. Delete layer mask. Then we're gonna go ahead and put layer mask on there. Actually increase the opacity. Invert that. Now we just got a little bit of a tonal change in that background. And let's see, do we like that? From here to here. It's okay. Doesn't really bring anything extra to the piece. So, no big deal. Just pop in to give you a lurk. This looks freaking cool. Thanks, Joy. Thank you so much. Hey, we're almost done for the day. We got a couple more minutes for Stream Raider, and then I have somebody in mind to raid, so hopefully they're available. All right. Kind of look at everything one more time. Let's give it a brighter source there. Really darken up that blade a bit. Need it to. There we go. I want to darken up that feet a little bit. Some of that rock area. Go. Oh, this is popping. Yeah. There we go. Ooh, super epic. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're almost done. And this is definitely going to be a portfolio piece. All right. One more thing I want to try. We're going to go ahead and basically group everything together. We're going to go to, where are you? Filters. We're going to go to filter gallery. I like to play with some of these. You never know what kind of effects you can get out of them. All right. Go ahead and look at it as an entire image. Back that up a little bit. All right, so that's rough pixels, poster edges, dark edges, smooth. That poster. Oh, that does. Yeah, this one does kind of have a Borderlands feel. I do like that, actually. But what we're going to do, we never, ever, ever... So we boost up the posterization. Edge intensity, I like to take that down. Edge thickness, I like to bring that down. A lot. Actually do like what this is doing here. So what we'll do is we'll say okay. Come into his face. This is the most important part of the piece. I like to kind of see what the blend modes will do with it. Doesn't always work. You do something like overlay and then tone it way down. Sometimes it just gives it a little bit. Then if we go ahead and add a mask, invert that, you do certain things like here, and paint back some of that where it really brought in some dynamic features. Especially on the armor. You can make those scratches seem a little bit more intense than they are. Really pushing that to the final. Some hairs on his head. Just kind of exaggerates those wrinkles just a bit. There we go. Of course, it is portfolio worthy. It is definitely. So you could definitely bring in some small changes. At this point, you never want to do big changes. You definitely want to bring in small changes. Go ahead and grab this. I do like that. That was pretty cool. Filter gallery. I like using these in a way that kind of helps bring things together. Let's see. You just kind of scrub through some of these. And just get a sense of what they could bring. Yeah, I've always loved this one. Check this out. Always loved what this does, which is cutout, which is pretty cool. Because you can definitely get some fun little painted feels with this. Get some abstract art almost. So if that's something you're looking for. Inked lines. Ooh, inked outlines. Nice. Dark intensity down. Yeah, look at this. This is cool. Help with anything? Doesn't help, we don't use it. And it doesn't. It's a bummer. Alright, so we don't need it. It's okay. Yeah, delete that layer. Bloop. Alright. I think this is it, guys. I think this is it. So what we'll do is we're now going to go ahead and control this together. And we're going to put a high pass filter over it, which in a sense helps with sharpening. So we go to other, high pass. And I like to do this at like a 0.2. Then stick this to overlay. So if we zoom way in, see how it's like nice and soft, click it, immediately bumps up that resolution, making everything a lot sharper. All of your work is portfolio worthy, even your alien fish thing. Oh man, I can't believe the reaction you guys had when I showed that a while ago. Oh. One day I'll bring that up again. Is an alien fish good to eat? I wouldn't recommend it. Alright. And now this is, we'll go ahead and, I brought up, I don't want that one. Alright, and now we're going to call this the final. There it is. Done. So, just so you guys know, where we came from. It's always nice to do the before and after. So let's go to Darth Grogu, go to my Blender render, and let's do this render. Let's just throw this on top. Okay, this is what we rendered. This is what we rendered in Blender. Can't eat that fish because you don't even know where the body parts are. Exactly, yeah. So this is where we came from without the background and stuff. And we didn't have a background. We didn't have any of that. Let's just go here. So this is our before. And this is our after. Before. After. Yeah. Definitely a lot better. Okay, I know I always say final. Everybody says final. That's just what happens. But uno más. There we go. Just a little dark. There we go. Done. Done! It's just stunning. I'm speechless. Thank you, Martin. Dude, thank you so much. I really hope he likes it. Tomorrow we're going to 3D print, or we're going to slice and prep for 3D print. Let me rephrase that. Tomorrow we will prep for 3D print, which is a journey all on its own, guys. But here we go, our final render. We can go ahead and save this out. And we're gonna do this as a JPEG. Final Guru render. Final. Bloop. Save. Like I said, not bad for the first attempt at Zbrush. One of the best Yoda picks I've ever seen. Dude, thank you so much. That means so much. I can't even stress to you what that means. Let's do Stream Raiders and then let's raid. Can you check if Wandering is? Wandering.
He's supposed to.
He is on a schedule. He's terrible at it. Anna is. I rated her last.
Search for the new victim recipient.
This is really hard to slide down, guys. Cause I'm just I've been MIA for a while, but this turned out dope. Thank you so much. Just apply for Lucasfilms, right? Like that. The last thing you see is the nose. Yeah. Who needs real sunshine when there's RTX? Exactly. Yep. The power of RTX. All right, guys. All right. There it is. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let's move. So let's just take a look at our beautiful render one more time. No, not that. No, that's not the render. Bloop. I wanted to come here because you could do this. There we go. Look at that. We're gonna celebrate. Isn't that cool, guys? This is. I approves. It's good. My son approves. Okay. Well, hire me. All right, guys. All right. Let's look at who we shall raid. Who's live today? Hey, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Turbo Hentai. I appreciate it. Oh, the Kana is alive. Do it. Let's do it. Yeah, Kana it is. Yeah, let's do it. I even stayed longer for Wandering, so this is on him. I'll message him and be like, you had your chance. Oh, did I assign treasure? I didn't assign treasure. Okay, let's do that real quick. Go back to Stream Raiders. Oh yeah, sorry. There it is. Okay, Carde, Kit Kat, Angry Monday. Oh, buddy. Congratulations, you guys. There it is. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. We have a crazy 4 skull tomorrow, so please be here when I go live at 9 if you want to participate there. Please be here if you want to participate in that. Or what I'll do is I won't activate Stream Raiders for like 30 minutes.
That's a better plan.
So just that's a beast. That's a beast. Oh, he said he wasn't today. Oh, thank you for streaming. He has been fun as always. I really appreciate every minute of the render. It turned out insane. Thank you so much. It looks awesome, actually. I'm really happy with it. I'm really, really, really happy with it. Even though I can tell you right now, I can already see things I want to change. That's because I'm picky. But I love it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. And let's raid Kana. Everybody have a good one. Everybody on YouTube, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. And as always, I'll talk to you later. Bye, 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 bye.